Hi, everyone. This is What is Truth Clarified Bible reading with your host, Angelina Magianis. And we are in the book of Numbers. We are in chapters 26, and we're going to try to see if we can get through the end to chapter 36. Here we go. Are you ready? Have your Bibles ready? Here we go. The word says, "It happened after the plague that Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, by their fathers' houses, all who are able to go to war in Israel." Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the plains of Moab by the Jordan of Jericho, saying, Take a census of the people, from 20 years old and upward, as Yahweh commanded Moses and the children of Israel. These are those that came out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, the sons of Reuben, of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and those who were numbered of them were 43,730. The sons of Palu, Eliab, the sons of Eliab, Nemul, and Dathan, and Abiram. These are that Dathan and Abiram who were called of the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korah, when they strove against Yahweh. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah, when the company died. What time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the sons of Korah didn't die. The sons of Simeon, after their families, of Nemul, the family of the Nemulites of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites of Jachin, the family of the Jashanites of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites of Shaul, the family of Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad, after their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites of Haggai, the family of the Haggites of Shuni, the family of the Shunites of Ozni, the family of the Oznites of Eri, the family of the Erites of Arad, the family of the Aradites of Arli, the family of the Arlites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, according to those who were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah, and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Judah, after their families, were Shelah, the family of the Shelanites, of Perez, the family of the Perizzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. The sons of Perez were Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. The sons of Issachar, after their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolaites, of Puvah, the family of the Punites, of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those who were numbered of them, 64,300. Sons of Zebulun, after their families, of Sered, the family of the Seredites, of Elon, family of the Elonites, of Jaleel, the family of the Jaleelites. These are the families of the Zebulites, according to those who were numbered of them, 60,500. The sons of Joseph, after their families, Manasseh and Ephraim. Sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir became the father of Gilad. Of Gilad, the family of the Giladites. These are the sons of Gilad. Of Lezer, the family of the Lezerites, of Helek, the family of the Helekites, and of Esriel, the family of the Esraelites, and of Shechem, the families of the Shemamites, and of Shemadah, the family of the Shemadites, of Hefer, the family of the Heferites. Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, had no sons but daughters, and the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah and Noah, Haglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim, after their families, of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthelahites of Becher, the family of the Becherites of Tahan, family of the Tahanites. These are the sons of Shetelah of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those who were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families, the sons of Benjamin after their families, of Bela, the family of the Belaites, of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites, of Ahiram, the family of Ahiramites, of Shephupham, the family of the Shephumites, of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. Sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman, of Ard, the family of the Ardites, of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families. Of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those who were numbered of them, were 64,400. Sons of Aser, after their families, of Imnah, the family of the Imnites, of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites, of Beriah, the family of the Berites, of the sons of Beriah, of Heber, the family of the Heberites, of Malchiel, the family of the Malchilites. The name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those who were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali after their families, of Jaziel, the family of the Jazielites, of Guni, family of the Gunites, of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites, of Shillam, the family of the Shillamites. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,400. These are those who were numbered of the children of Israel, 601,730. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, to these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To the more you shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer you shall give the lesser inheritance. To everyone according to those who were numbered of him shall his inheritance be given. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot. According to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall their inheritance be divided between the more and the fewer. These are those who were numbered of the Levites after their families, of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites, of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites, of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi, the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Mahlites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korahites. Kohath became the father of Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt, and she bore to Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam, their sister. To Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before Yahweh. Those who were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are those who were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. But among those there was not a man of them who were numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For Yahweh had said of them, they shall surely die in the wilderness. There was not left a man of them except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. Numbers 27. They drew near the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. They stood before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes, and all the congregation at the door of the tent of meetings, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not among the company of those who gathered themselves together against Yahweh in the company of Korah. But he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be taken away from among his family, because he had no son? Give to us a possession among the brothers of our father. Moses brought their cause before Yahweh. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. You shall surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brothers, and you shall cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them. You shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a man dies and has no son, then you shall cause his inheritance to pass to his daughter. If he has no daughter, then he shall give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, then he shall give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his kinsman who is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it, and it shall be to the children of Israel a statute and ordinance, as Yahweh commanded Moses. Yahweh said to Moses, Go up into this mountain of Abarim and see the land which I have given to the children of Israel. When you have seen it, you also shall be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother was gathered, because you rebelled against my word in the wilderness of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the waters before their eyes. These are the waters of Meribah of Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. Moses spoke to Yahweh, saying, Let Yahweh, the God of spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the congregation, who may go out before them, and who may come in before them, and who may lead them out, and who may bring them in, that the congregation of Yahweh not be as sheep which have no shepherd. Yahweh said to Moses, Take Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay your hand on him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, before all the congregation, and commission him in their sight. You shall put of your honor on him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may obey. He shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before Yahweh. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Moses did as Yahweh commanded him, and he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation. And he laid his hands on him and commissioned him as Yahweh spoke by Moses. Numbers 28. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel and tell them, My food for my offerings made by fire, of a pleasant aroma to me, you shall observe to offer to me in their due season. You shall tell them, This is the offering made by fire, which you shall offer to Yahweh. Male lambs a year old without blemish, 2 day by day, by a continual burnt offering. You shall offer the one lamb in the morning, and you shall offer the other lamb at evening, with the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a pleasant aroma, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Its drink offering shall be the 4th part of a hin for the one lamb. You shall pour out a drink offering of strong drink to Yahweh in the holy place. The other lamb you shall offer at evening, as a meal offering of the morning, and as a drink offering of it. You shall offer it, an offering made by fire, of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. On the Sabbath day, 2 male lambs a year old without blemish, and 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with oil, and the drink offering of it. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering of it. In the beginnings of your months you shall offer a burnt offering to Yahweh, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old without blemish, and 3/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with oil for each bull, and 2/10 parts of fine flour for a meal offering, mixed with oil for the 1 ram, and a 10th part of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering to every lamb, for a burnt offering as a pleasant aroma, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Their drink offerings shall be half a hin of wine for a bull, and a 3rd part of a hin for the ram, and the 4th part of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year. 1 male goat for a sin offering to Yahweh. It shall be offered, besides the continual burnt offering, and the drink offering of it. In the 1st month, on the 14th day of the month, is Yahweh's Passover. On the 15th day of this month shall be a feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. The 1st day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no service work, but you shall offer an offering made by fire, a burnt offering to Yahweh, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, and 7 male lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, you shall offer 3/10 parts for a bull, and 2/10 parts for the ram. You shall offer a 10th part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat for the sin offering, to make atonement for you. You shall offer these besides the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. In this way you shall offer daily, for 7 days, the food of the offering made by fire, of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. It shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering of it. On the 7th day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work, Also in the day of the first fruits, when you offer a new meal offering to Yahweh in your feast of weeks, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work, but you shall offer a burnt offering for a pleasant aroma to Yahweh, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old, and their meal offering, the fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for each bull, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, 10th part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat to make atonement for you. Besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, you shall offer them. They shall be to you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Numbers 29. In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work. It is a day of blowing of trumpets to you. You shall offer a burnt offering for a pleasant aroma to Yahweh, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for the bull, 2/10 parts for the ram, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering to make atonement for you. Besides the burnt offering of the new moon, and the meal offering of it, and the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings, according to their ordinance, for a pleasant aroma, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. On the 10th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall do no kind of work, but you shall offer a burnt offering to Yahweh for a pleasant aroma. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old. They shall be to you without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for the bull, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, a 10th part for every lamb of the 7 lambs. 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings. On the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no service work. You shall keep a feast to Yahweh 7 days, and you shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. 13 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old. They shall be without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 parts for every bull of the 13 bulls, 2/10 parts for each ram of the 2 rams, and a 10th part for every lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. On the 2nd day you shall offer 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs, a year old without blemish, and their meal offering, and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and their drink offerings. On the 3rd day, 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering, and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. On the 4th day, 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. On the 5th day, 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. The 6th day, 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offerings of it. On the 7th day, 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old without blemish, and their meal offering, and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance. And 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering, the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. On the 8th day you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no service work, but you shall offer a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old without blemish, their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering of it, and the drink offering of it. You shall offer these to Yahweh in your set feasts, besides your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meal offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. Moses told the children of Israel according to all that Yahweh commanded Moses. Numbers 30. Moses spoke to the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which Yahweh has commanded. When a man vows a vow to Yahweh, or swears an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. Also, when a woman vows a vow to Yahweh and binds herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hears her vow and her bond with which she has bound her soul, and her father holds his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she has bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he hears, none of her vows or of her bonds with which she has bound her soul shall stand. And Yahweh will forgive her because her father disallowed her. If she is married to a husband, while her vows are on her, or the rash utterance of her lips, with which she has bound her soul, and her husband hears it, and hold his peace at her in the day that he hears it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds with which she has bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallow her in that day that he hears it, then he shall make void her vow which is on her, and the rash utterance of her lips, with which she has bound her soul. And Yahweh will forgive her. With the vow of a widow, or of her who is divorced, even everything with which she has bound her soul shall stand against her. If she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, held his peace at her, and didn't disallow her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond with which she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband made them null and void in the day that he heard them, then whatever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband has made them void, and Yahweh will forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether holds his peace at her from day to day, then he establishes all her vows, or all her bonds, which are on her, and he has established them, because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. But if he shall make them null and void after that he has heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which Yahweh commanded Moses between a man and his wife, between a father and his daughter, and being in her youth in her father's house. Numbers 31. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel for the Midianites. Afterward you shall be gathered to your people. Moses spoke to the people, saying, Arm men from among you for the war, that they may go against Midian, to execute Yahweh's vengeance on Midian. Of every tribe 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel you shall send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. Moses sent them, 1,000 of every tribe, to the war, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the vessels of the sanctuary and the trumpets for the alarm in his hand. They warred against Midian as Yahweh commanded Moses, and they killed every male. They killed the kings of Midian with the rest of their slain, Evi and Rechem and Zur and Hur and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. Balaam, also the son of Beor, they killed with the sword. The children of Israel took captive the women of Midian and their little ones, and all their livestock, and all their flocks, and all their goods they took for a prey. All their cities and the places in which they lived, and all their encampments they burnt with fire. They took all the spoil and all the prey, both of man and of animal. They brought the captives and the prey and the spoil to Moses, and to Eleazar the priest, and to the congregation of the children of Israel, to the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by the Jordan at Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them outside of the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, who came from the service of the war. Moses said to them, Have you saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor. And so the plague was among the children, the congregation of Yahweh. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the girls who have not known man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And camp outside of the camp 7 days. Whoever has killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourselves on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, you and your captives. As to every garment and all that is made of skin, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood, you shall purify yourselves. Eleazar the priest said to the men of war who went to the battle, "This is the statute of the law which Yahweh has commanded Moses. However, the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may withstand the fire, you shall make to go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be made purified with the water for impurity. And all that doesn't withstand the fire, you shall make to go through the water. You shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be clean, and afterward you shall come into the camp." Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of animal, you and Eleazar the priest, and the heads of the fathers' houses of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts between the men skilled in war who went out to battle and all the congregation. Levy a tribute to Yahweh of the men of war who went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and of the cattle, and of the donkeys and of the flocks. Take it of their half and give it to Eleazar the priest for Yahweh's wave offering. Of the children of Israel's half, you shall take 1 drawn out of every 50 of the persons of the cattle, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, even of all the livestock, and give them to the Levites, who perform the duty of the tabernacle of Yahweh." Moses and Eleazar the priest did as Yahweh commanded Moses. Now the prey over and above the booty which the men of war took was 675,000 of sheep, and 72,000 head of cattle, and 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 persons in all, of the women who had not known man by lying with him. The half, which was the portion of those who went out to war, was in number 337,500 sheep, and Yahweh's tribute of the sheep was 675. The cattle were 36,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 72. The donkeys were 30,500, of which Yahweh's tribute was 61. The persons were 16,000, of whom Yahweh's tribute was 32 persons. Moses gave the tribute, which was Yahweh's wave offering, to Eleazar the priest, as Yahweh commanded Moses, of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided off from the men who warred. Now the congregation's half was 337,500 sheep, and 36,000 head of cattle, 1,500 donkeys, 1,000 persons, even of the children of Israel's half. Moses took 1 drawn out of every 50, both of man and of animal, and gave them to the Levites, who performed the duty of the tabernacle of Yahweh, as Yahweh commanded Moses. The officers who were over the thousands of the army, the captains of thousands, and the captains of hundreds, came near to Moses. They said to Moses, "Your servants have taken the sum of the men of war who are under our command, and there lacks not 1 man of us. We have brought Yahweh's offering, what every man has gotten of jewels of gold, armlets and bracelets, signet rings, earrings, and necklaces, to make atonement for our souls before Yahweh." Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all worked jewels, all the gold of the wave offering that they offered up to Yahweh, of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken booty, every man for himself. Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting, for a memorial for the children of Israel before Yahweh. Numbers 32. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of livestock. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Galaad, that behold, the place was a place for livestock, children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Elileh and Sebam and Nebo and Beon, land which Yahweh struck before the congregation of Israel, is a land for livestock, and your servants have livestock. They said, "If we have found favor in your sight, Let this land be given to your servants for a possession. Don't bring us over the Jordan." Moses said to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, "Shall your brothers go to the war, and shall you sit here? Why do you discourage the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which Yahweh has given them? Your fathers did so when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Yahweh had given them. Yahweh's anger was kindled in that day, and he swore, saying, Surely none of the men who came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they have not fully followed me, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, because they have followed Yahweh completely. Yahweh's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander back and forth in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation who had done evil in the sight of Yahweh was consumed. Behold, you have risen up in your father's place, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of Yahweh toward Israel. For if you turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and you will destroy all this people. They came near to him and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our livestock, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will be ready, armed, to go before the children of Israel, until we have brought them to their place. And our little ones shall dwell in the fortified cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the other side of the Jordan and forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side of the Jordan, eastward. Moses said to them, If you would do this thing, if you will arm yourselves to go before Yahweh to the war, every armed man of you will pass over to the Jordan before Yahweh until he has driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before Yahweh. Then afterward you shall return and be guiltless towards Yahweh and towards Israel, and this land shall be to you for a possession before Yahweh. But if you will not do so, behold, you have sinned against Yahweh, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do that which has proceeded out of your mouth. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben spoke to Moses, saying, Your servants will do as my Lord commands. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our livestock shall be there in the cities of Galaad. But your servants will pass over, every man who is armed for war, before Yahweh to battle, as for my Lord says. So Moses commanded concerning them to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the children of Israel. Moses said to them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over the Jordan, every man who is armed to battle before Yahweh, and the land shall be subdued before you, then you shall give them the land of Galaad for possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possession among you in the land of Canaan. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, As Yahweh has said to your servants, so will we do. We will pass over armed before Yahweh into the land of Canaan, and the possession of our inheritance shall remain with us beyond the Jordan. Moses gave to them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land according to their cities of it with their borders, even the cities of the surrounding land. The children of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Aroer, and At-Troth-Shaphan, and Jazer, and Jogbehah, and Beth Nimrah, and Beth Horon, fortified cities and folds for sheep. Children of Reuben built Heshbon, Elealeh, and Kiriathaim, and Nebo, and Baal-meon, their names being changed, and Sibmah, and they gave other names to the cities which they built. The children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Galaad and took it, and dispossessed the Amorites who were therein. Moses gave Galaad to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he lived therein. Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took its towns and called them Havoth Jair. Jobah went and took Kenath and its villages and called it Nobah after his own name. Numbers 33. These are the journeys of the children of Israel when they went forth out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of Yahweh. And these are the journeys according to their goings out. They traveled from Ramses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month, on the next day after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. While the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom Yahweh had struck among them, on their gods also Yahweh executed judgments. Children of Israel traveled from Ramses and encamped in Succoth. They traveled from Succoth and encamped in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. They traveled from Etham and turned back to Pi-hahiroth, which is before Baal-Zephon, and they encamped before Migdal. They traveled from before Ha-haroth and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and they went 3 days journey in the wilderness of Etham and encamped in Marah. They traveled from Marah and came to Elim, and in Elim were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees. They encamped there. They traveled from Elim and encamped by the Red Sea. They traveled from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. They traveled from the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Dapkath. They traveled from Dapkah and encamped in Alush. They traveled from Alush and encamped in Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They traveled from Rephidim and encamped in the wilderness of Sinai. They traveled from the wilderness of Sinai and encamped in Kibroth Hadavah. They traveled from Hebroth Hadavah and encamped in Hazarath. They traveled from Hazarath and encamped in Rithmah. Traveled from Rithmah and encamped in Ramon Perez. Traveled from Ramon Perez and encamped in Libnah. Traveled from Libnah and encamped in Rissah. Traveled from Rissah and encamped in. Traveled from Mithkah and encamped in Hashmanah. They traveled from Hashmanah and encamped in Moserath. Traveled from Moserath and encamped in Bene Jakan. They traveled from Bene Jakan and encamped in Hor Haggadah. They traveled from Hor Haggidgad and encamped in Jotbathah. They traveled from Jotbathah and encamped in Abranah. They traveled from Abranah and encamped in Ezion-Geber. They traveled from Ezion-Geber and encamped in the wilderness of Zin, the same as Kadesh. They traveled from Kadesh and encamped in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of Yahweh and died there. In the 14th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 5th month, on the 1st day of the month, Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. The Canaanite, the king of Arad, who lived in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. They traveled from Mount Hor and encamped in Zalmanah. They traveled from Zalmanah and encamped in Punon. They traveled from Punon and encamped in Oboth. They traveled from Oboth and encamped in Lai Barim in the border of Moab. They traveled from Ayim and encamped in Dibon Gad. Traveled from Gibbon Gad and encamped in Almon Diblathaim. They traveled from Almon Diblathaim and encamped in the mountains of Abarim before Nebo. They traveled from the mountains of Abarim and encamped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan of Jericho. They encamped by the Jordan from Beth Jeshemoth even to Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab. Yahweh spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, when you pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their figured stones, and destroy all their molten images, and demolish all their high places. And you shall take possession of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given the land to you to possess. You shall inherit the land by lot according to your families. To the more you shall give the more inheritance. To the fewer you shall give the less inheritance. Wherever the lot falls to any man, that shall be his. You shall inherit according to the tribes of your fathers. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those you let remain of them will be as pricks in your eyes and as thorns in your sides. And they will harass you in the land which you dwell. It shall happen that as I thought to do to them, so will I do to you." Numbers 34. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Command the children of Israel and tell them, when you come into the land of Canaan, this is a land that shall fall to you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, according to its borders. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along by the side, and your south border shall be from the end of the salt sea eastward. And your border shall turn about southward of the ascent of Akrabim, and pass along to Zin. And the goings out of it shall be southward of Kadesh Barnea, and it shall go forth to Hazar Adar, and pass along to Asmon, and the border shall turn about from Asmon to the brook of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. For the western border you shall have the great sea and the border of it. This shall be your west border. This shall be your north border. From the great sea you shall mark out for you Mount Hor. From Mount Hor you shall mark out to the entrance of Hamath, and the goings out of the border shall be Zedad. And the border shall go forth to Ziph-ran, and the goings out of it shall be at Hazar Enan. This shall be your north border. You shall mark out your east border from Hazar Enan to Shechem, and the border shall go down from Shechem to Riblah on the east side of Ain. And the border shall go down and shall reach to the side of the sea of Shennereth eastward. And the border shall go down to the Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land according to its borders around it. Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which you shall inherit by lot, which Yahweh has commanded to give to the 9 tribes and to the half-tribe. For the tribe of the children of Reuben according to their fathers' houses, and the tribe of the children of Gad according to their fathers' houses have received, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan at Jericho eastward, toward the sunrise. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, These are the names of the men who shall divide the land to you for inheritance: Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. You shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land for inheritance. These are the names of the men of the tribe of Judah: Caleb the son of Jephunneh of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Ammihud of the tribe of Benjamin, Eladad the son of Kishlon of the tribe of children of Dan, a prince, Buki the son of Jagli of the children of Joseph of the tribe of the children of Manasseh, a prince, Hanil the son of Ephod of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, a prince, Kemuel the son of Shiptan of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, a prince, Elizaphan the son of Parnak of the tribe of the children of Issachar, a prince, Paltiel the son of Azan of the tribe of the children of Asher, a prince, Ahihud the son of Shalami of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, a prince, Pedahel the son of Ammihud. These are they whom Yahweh commanded to divide the inheritance to the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. Numbers 35. Yahweh spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give to the Levites of the inheritance of the possession cities to dwell in, and you shall give suburbs for the cities around them to the Levites. The cities shall they have to dwell in, and their suburbs shall be for their livestock and for their substance and for all their animals. The suburbs of the cities which you shall give to the Levites shall be from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits around it. You shall measure outside of the city for the east side 2,000 cubits, and for the south side 2,000 cubits, and for the west side 2,000 cubits, and for the north side 2,000 cubits, and the city being in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the cities. The cities which you shall give to the Levites, they shall be the 6 cities of refuge, which you shall give for the manslayer to flee to, and besides them you shall give 42 cities. All the cities which you shall give to the Levites shall be 48 cities together with their suburbs. Concerning the cities which you shall give the possession of the children of Israel, from the many you shall take many, and from the few you shall take few, according everyone to his inheritance, which he inherits, shall give of his cities to the Levites. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, When you pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall appoint your cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the manslayer who kills any person unwittingly may flee there. A city shall be to you for a refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer not die until he stands before the congregation for judgment. The cities which you shall give shall be for you 6 cities of refuge. You shall give 3 cities beyond the Jordan, and you shall give 3 cities in the land of Canaan. They shall be cities for refuge for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for the foreigner living among them. These shall be 6 cities for refuge, that everyone who kills any person unknowingly may flee there. But if he struck him with an instrument of iron, so that he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. If he struck him with a stone in the hand, by which a man may die, and he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he struck him with a weapon of wood in the hand, by which a man may die, and he died, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The avenger of blood shall himself put the murderer to death. When he meets him, he shall put him to death. If he thrust him of hatred, or hurled at him, lying in wait, so that he died, or in enmity struck him with his hand, so that he died, He who struck him shall surely be put to death. He is a murderer. The avenger of blood shall put the murderer to death when he meets him. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or hurled on him anything without lying in wait, or with any stone by which a man may die, not seeing him, and cast it on him, so that he died, and he was not his enemy, neither sought his harm, then the congregation shall judge between the striker and the avenger of blood according to these ordinances. And the congregation shall deliver the manslayer out of the hand of the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to his city of refuge, where he was fled, and he shall dwell therein until the death of the high priest, who was anointed with the holy oil. But if the manslayer shall at any time go beyond the border of his city of refuge, where he flees, and the avenger of blood find him outside of the border of his city of refuge, and the avenger of blood kill the manslayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in his city of refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the manslayer shall return into the land of his possession. These things shall be for a statute and ordinance to you throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoever kills any person, the murderer, shall be slain at the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person that he die. Moreover, you shall take no ransom for the life of a murderer who is guilty of death, but he shall surely be put to death. You shall take no ransom for him who is fled to his city of refuge, that he may come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. Till the death of the priest. So you shall not pollute the land in which you are, for blood it pollutes the land, and no expiation can be made for the land for the blood that is shed therein, but for the blood of him who shed it. You shall not defile the land which you inhabit, in the midst of which I dwell, for I, Yahweh, dwell in the midst of the children of Israel. Numbers 36. The heads of the fathers' houses of the family of the children of Gilad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of sons of Joseph, came near and spoke before Moses, and before the princes, the heads of the fathers' houses of the children of Israel. And they said, Yahweh commanded my Lord to give the land for inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by Yahweh to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, to his daughters. If they are married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then will their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of our fathers, and will be added to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they shall belong. So will it be taken away from the lot of our inheritance? When the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then will their inheritance be added to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they shall belong. So will their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers? Moses commanded the children of Israel, according to the word of Yahweh, saying, The tribe of the sons of Joseph speaks right. This is the thing which Yahweh does command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them be married to whom they think best. Only into the family of the tribe of their father shall they be married. So shall no inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe, for the children of Israel shall keep all the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. Every daughter who possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife to one of the family of the tribe of her father. But the children of Israel may possess every man the inheritance of his fathers. So shall no inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe. For the tribes of the children of Israel shall each keep his own inheritance. The daughters of Zelophehad did as Yahweh commanded Moses. So Mahlah, Tirzah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married to their father's brothers' sons. They were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. These are the commandments and the ordinances which Yahweh commanded by Moses to the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. Amen.